Welcome to the show, Sports and Hip Hop with DJ Mad Max, Live 365. We got South Carolina's own Daze Karter joining me here for Sports and Hip Hop with DJ
Yo,
Mad
yo,
Max.
yo,
What's going on?
what's happening, man? What's good with it?
Just chilling, man. Welcome to the show. It's an honor to
Oh
have you
yeah, oh
here. I
yeah.
learned all about your journey. How's everything going? How's life right now? How are you feeling?
Everything's good, man. I feel awesome. I'm just grinding, taking everything a day at a time, applying pressure.
Yeah, that's what you need to do, man. How's the energy around 2024 feeling for you right now? Because I feel as though
Man,
just with
I,
everything
I
going on with the redemption and just everything you've been through, how's 2024 looking right now?
I love it, man. I'm loving every minute of it. I'm surrounded by a good group of guys, surrounded by nothing but good energy. So it allows me to be able to create new music and stay in a good mind state.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
new project that you got, the County Books Volume 1. I tuned
Oh
into
yeah.
that. Dear God was the one that I liked the most because that's something that I did read about you in your description is that you like to be authentic and then you like to be vulnerable. That's something that we don't get in music a lot.
Yeah.
People almost like to fabricate their lives, but I like that how you just basically give it what it is.
Oh yeah.
And you could tell just all the demons you're going through. So how do you get when you look at all the negative things that you've gone through? How do you get out of the stretch of just negativity following you? Because it does feel like that, like the devil is busy.
It
You're
does.
got all these bad things happen to you. How do you? What's the best way to move forward from that so you don't get caught up in that vicious negative cycle?
Me personally, I take the negative and I look at it as growth. I look at it as a lesson. Like every loss I turn to a lesson. So when you turn it to a lesson, you're able to move on it different. You're able to handle it different. You're actually able to build strength off of it and grow from it. So therefore, it's like I don't feel like I've been through bad things. I feel like I've been through lessons, and I'm thankful for every last one of them, no matter how bad they were to other people. But at one point in time, they were bad for me until I flipped it and turned it into motivation and something that I could strive off of.
Yeah. And you've been going through so much and just learn about your early journey because you started out. Let's talk about then just you starting early out because it was at on your 18th birthday where you were signed by
Yeah.
College Park Music, but 17 is when they kind of started to see what you were doing. So let's go back even further. So lead me up to the point to where the executives at the College Park Music started to discover what you were doing.
Okay, so I'm gonna say from like 15 to like 17, I was just grinding, going to everywhere that I could perform at. I was there. I was doing open mics and I was constantly winning and building a name for myself. So it was like, okay, everybody in the city, like, man, I gotta go check this dude out. I gotta see what he about. So at one point in time, I'm bringing the city out, and I was with a group called Beat
Mm.
Bangers Entertainment. It was a local label, but they actually took a liking to me from one of the open mics, and they started. We got together. They put a production behind the music, and we put out a project. So I'm gonna say on my 18th birthday, bro, I woke up like I woke up on my 18th birthday with no plans, not knowing what I was gonna do. I ain't have no money. I was down bad. So I was like, all right, man. I had got a phone call, and it was like, man, somebody want to meet you. So we got to get together and we got to go to the mall. Somebody want to meet you. So we get to the mall, and I didn't know until I got to the mall that it was College Park and that I was about to sign a deal. I didn't know none of this. So they basically like surprised me on my birthday. I signed on my 18th birthday, the exact day.
Wow. Yeah, I did read about that, and that's big time.
Yeah.
So when you were with them, because you didn't get to release an album, so what were some of the things that you were able to do while you were with them? Was it just a couple songs? What were some of the things you were able to accomplish?
I actually did a whole project. I did a whole project with them. We released the mixtape, but due to certain things that happened, I can take fault on my end. Due to certain things that happened, and I was 18. I wasn't
Yeah.
really as focused as I am now.
You were a kid.
I was a child that never
Yeah.
had nothing. You feel me? So I enjoyed the fact that I was signed. So I got to go to a couple of award shows. I got to meet a lot of people. Like it was really, it was a great experience. I learned a lot from it, and I appreciate them too as well.
So what were some of these award shows that you went through? What were some experiences of being at these award shows? Did you meet with anyone that gave you some important advice while you were there?
Yeah, I met a lot of people. I actually like the one that stood out to me. I met Common. Common
Oh,
was like one of the first people that I met and was like, man, now this Common I'm talking to. Like I was kind of like starstruck, but not really. But he was just like, man, keep going. He was like, keep going. I didn't know how he heard about me, but I was with Mr. College Park, and he was like, man, keep going. I see your movement. Keep going. You young too. You at the perfect time. Man, he told me that, and it stuck with me.
yeah. And that's important that it did, and that's going to keep you going. And who
Oh
knows,
yeah.
maybe someday you can get on a track with Common. I'm sure that's something that
Oh
you're
yeah.
working forward. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you come from South Carolina. When we look at it, because I can relate to coming from just a small market, being from Connecticut, because I had to go to New York to make my name, and then I still haven't got it to the point where I want it to be yet. So that's why I'm going to be
Yeah,
relocating elsewhere soon. So, you know, when you have a city where people don't believe in you and where the arts kind of aren't, you're not known for that, how much pressure that does that apply on you? Because do you feel as though people are wanting to, it's like that lobster in a bucket mentality where they want to keep you down because it's so rare to see someone come out of that area,
yeah,
where it's mostly, because I read it online, it's mostly like factory skill workers. I read it on the one sheet there.
yeah.
So is it where they want to just keep you from making it because no one makes it in the arts because it's not known for the arts?
I can say I can say that I agree to that to a certain extent. Like it's
Mhm.
that's how it is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like everybody might want you to win, but they don't want you doing better than them. They don't want you to make it faster than them. But with me personally, and if I'm being honest, I can honestly say like I feel like my city, out of everybody in the city, I feel like my city is rooting for me
Oh, that's
to
big.
win. They rooting for me all the way, whether I make it before them or not. They might not show it, but I know it because I feed off of energy. So I know that whether they want to say something or not, they gonna ride with it because they believe in me. I earned that.
Mm. Now, how do we get it to change? Because I know there's a couple artists coming out of South Carolina. How do we get this? Because you had J. Cole came out of North Carolina, but he had to go
Yeah,
to New York and he got the Rock Nation deal. We know his story, and then we got the baby, of course, too. But how can
North
we turn
Carolina.
things
Yeah,
around for South Carolina? Because there's some artists out there that are just similar in your position that are
yeah.
trying to make it out, that have a lot of talent. How can we bring change to where we can make it an artistic landscape, even if you have to relocate and then come back? What are some
Yeah.
changes that we can make?
I just feel like as a whole, as a one, as a city, that we should actually like, come together as a state, South Carolina. Like we
Mm.
should all just come together, everybody work together. You know how they do in Atlanta, how they do everywhere else. Like everybody takes off, each one teach one. And they're not scared to see their dog eat. You feel me? So I just feel like if everybody get on the same page, like if everybody get on the page that I'm on, because I want to see everybody win. I don't care if you go before me or not. Like, but I'm finna go. I'm finna take out. And what one thing that I'm gonna do different is I'm rocking with the city. Like, if you got it, I'm gonna give you an opportunity. I'm not gonna help you eat. I'm gonna just give you the opportunity and put you in position to feed yourself.
Mm.
But that's
No,
one of
that's
my
real.
goals because I know the talent that we got down here. So if it
That's
take me to do it, I'm gonna do it. Me and my team gonna do it.
that's real. And I relate to the line in reference to the quote on the song "Dear God" and just other songs on there because people have turned their backs on you. So,
Yeah,
what makes you still giving and want to help other people out when other people have done you wrong in the past?
I get a like. That's how I get mine. That's like my Red Bull. The
Mm.
people that do me, the people that have done me wrong the most are probably the ones that I help first. That's something I got to get out of. But right now, it keeps me going, and I feel like I don't got to change me just because somebody else, they don't know themselves. They're not comfortable in their skin, so they gonna act different. I'm not gonna change me because what I've been through it just made me a stand-up guy. You feel me?
I
So I'm
like
not
that.
gonna let nobody or their actions change that.
I like that. No, that's real
Yeah,
because a lot of times I know I've done it. I'm more of a closed off person because of how
yeah,
people have done me in the past, but maybe but I help a lot of people. I always try to keep it 100. I'm not going to just totally close people out, but I am leery about who I allow in my circle based on
exactly. You gotta be. You gotta
yeah.
be.
Yeah, you got to put them through some tests. I know there's been
Exactly.
some artists that have done that in the past, and it'll show who's real in their corner. But I want to get into this show that you got with the Hip Hop Road to Redemption. Just talk to me about the
Oh
update
yeah.
on this show and how everything's going with that.
Everything's going good. It's basically just showing, how I overcame a lot of struggles because like if you listen to my music, then you'll know more of my story. It's more like I talk about it a lot, but I rather spit my pain through my music. And if you listen, you'll know a whole lot about me. So it's basically just talking about where I came from, how long I've been doing it, and how I'm about to really make my mark in the game,
Yeah, Mr.
like where
10 and
I
a
am
half.
today. Yeah,
How did you get the
yeah.
nickname Mr. 10 and a half? We got to get into the
Mr.
backstory.
10-5.
Yeah, Mr. 10-5. Yep.
Cause man, I've been grinding so long, man, and I'm an artist, but I'm such a great performer. It's like, man, I need 10 for a show. I need 10-5. You feel me? Half up front. I need the rest when I pull up before I walk in. You feel me? Like that's how we coming. So I need that. I'm worth that. 10-5. I need that
Yeah.
up front.
And we got the redemption thing going now. Has there been other artists that have reached out to you with them struggling with personal like mental health issues and addiction? Has there been some other artists that have reached out to you regarding the show?
It has. I'd rather
Yeah.
not say, I'd rather
Yeah, you
not
don't
say
have to say
names.
who they are, but have they said that they want to be a part of the show at all? Or
It's a lot of people that get motivated off of me not hiding my story.
mm,
Like it's a lot of people. Like I save people to this day. I get so many messages and so many calls from artists or just regular civilians. Like, man, you motivate me. I listen to you every morning before I get up. I listen to this one song before I go to work. Or and that motivates me to keep going. The fact that I can put out my story, not be ashamed, and help somebody else get through their life. That's a blessing in itself.
mhm. After everything that you went through, just with everything in your personal struggles, what was that
Yeah.
foundational building block to where you're like, all right, now I'm on the right path and the past is in the past?
I actually, to be honest, man, I had to go to jail.
Mm,
I had to go to jail, and I sat there for a year. I sat down for a year, and every day that went by, I just constantly worked on myself. Everybody else gambling and doing all. I was reading, or I was writing, or I was working out. Anything to just build my mental and build me as a person, as a man. I wanted to come out of there totally different. Like I seen so many of my people died on the news. I couldn't make the funerals. My granddaddy, I lost a lot of people when I was locked up. So it was like, okay, when I get out, I gotta make these people happy. You feel me? I got people that done died for this, that done died believing in me. So while I'm here, I gotta make the best of it.
yeah.
And I gotta come out different. And I feel like that time would make me appreciate time.
Mm. No,
Yeah.
and you're doing it, man. I could tell that you're on this road to redemption right now. Are
Oh
we
yeah.
looking to get this show onto a bigger network? Is that something that
It's
you're in
gonna
talk?
be on a major platform. It's
Oh
gonna be on
yeah,
a
yeah,
major platform. I don't want to say too much. I don't
yeah.
want to jinx
No,
it, but it's gonna be on a major platform, and it's definitely gonna be worth watching.
yeah, no. I believe it. Like
Definitely.
on one of the main channels there. I could feel it.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
Shout out to the gang, man. SUSD.
Yeah, and that's the label too. So,
Yeah,
uh,
sun up, sundown entertainment, man.
yeah, is this your label or is this someone that you're
It's my
signed to?
CEO, Tay.
Oh, Tay, shout out to Tay.
Five
He's
star
in here.
Tay,
Yeah,
CEO Tay. Shout out to the gang, man.
yeah. How did you meet Tay and get linked up with them?
It was actually, some of my homies in the hood that was like, man, I got somebody I want you to meet. He can, cause they see me in the trenches. They like, man, this dude will put you on. And they wanted to see me win so bad. This was about 10 years ago. So they called Tay. Tay came through the trenches, met me, and I chopped it up with him. Like a couple days later, I'm gonna say we had a deal. We had a major deal on the table within 30 days of
Wow.
me meeting him. Like things went sideways, but at the end of the day, like he's one of the ones that's he gonna make it work. He gonna make it happen.
Has there been
So
some discussion since then? Are your guys are still pushing forward to the major deal?
there are
Yeah.
discussions going on right now in a major way. It's just,
Oh,
like I say, yeah, but it's like it's happening right now. Like, so I feel blessed. It's happening. For
yeah.
not only me, like my label mates, we got Yellow Boy Baby, we got Casino Mail. It's like, man, we really working right now.
Yeah, shout out to Yellow Boy Baby. Oh, what did you see in him, especially as a collaborator and just someone that's on the same label? What do you see in him as his talents go? I'm having a show with him Wednesday.
Yeah, that's my brother. That's like my brother, man. It's like we really grew up together. I grew up around the same spots, and we ended up running into each other, and we've been tight ever since. But what I see in him now is like his grind. You feel me?
Mm,
He don't claim to be something that he not. He out here and he's like a real live go getter. So what he talk about, what he rap about, like he stand on it. That's what he do, and that's what motivate me. Matter of fact, I talked to him yesterday, and I just had to thank him for the motivation that he give me by just being him. He don't necessarily got to say nothing, but the motivation by him just being him, he's one of those type of people. So shout out to Yellow Boy Baby.
yeah, shout out to him. We got him Wednesday. He'll be on the show.
Yeah,
Everyone could tune in then. Well, we got County Books Volume 1. We got Volume 2 on the way. What's something that you're
Volume 2
working
on the
on?
way.
Yeah.
Volume 2 is on the way sooner than you think.
Ooh. Yeah, so we're gonna get this before the summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely, most definitely.
What do you think is gonna be the song on there that people resonate with the most that you could speak on?
Uh, I don't want to say.
Mm,
I really don't want to say because I like all of them. So
yeah.
I'm gonna let them pick. I'm gonna let everybody else pick.
Who are you looking to work with as far as collaborator goes? Who are some
Uh,
big time artists? I mentioned Common that we're working toward. We want to
yeah, yeah,
manifest
yeah.
that.
I would say I like Lil Baby,
Mm,
Dirt, definitely Rod Wave.
mm.
Yo Gotti, most definitely.
Yeah.
But and a couple more people, but you know, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll
It-
get to it.
are you looking to relocate out of South Carolina? Are you still there right now?
I'm in South
You're still
Carolina.
Are
I'm
you looking to
actually
relocate out of there?
I'm definitely gonna go. Like I'm on a house arrest bracelet right now. Like I've been home like 4 months. So all this work that you see me releasing, I've done all of this in the past 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah, like I wrote 200 songs when I was locked up. So I've been home 4 months. I'm out on the bracelet right now. So as soon as this bracelet is off and this part of my, my situation is over with, I'm definitely relocating. Probably the same day.
Wow. Oh, that's big,
Yeah,
man. Now, how's your man? I couldn't imagine just being stuck in the house because I remember during the pandemic when
yeah,
everyone was just stuck in the house. Even
yeah,
how are you holding up and just being in the house? I mean, you're staying busy.
yeah. I'm working, man. I'm like there's not a minute that go past that I feel like I'm just wasting time
Yeah.
because I'm writing. I'm working. Like I'm doing everything that I gotta do to push forward to my goal.
Yeah. Is there an estimated time when you're gonna be when that bracelet's gonna be off? Is there have they kind of told you when?
I would say probably within the next month, within the next month
Okay.
and a half. I'm hoping and praying for that. Within the next month and a half, everything should be taken care of.
Yeah. And then you'll be out. Do you want to tell us where you're heading to? We're gonna keep
Oh,
a
I'm a
secret.
pop it. I'm a pop it. I'm probably going to the A, man. I'm probably
The
going to the A.
ATL, yeah.
Yeah, probably going to the A or Charlotte.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
move will be good for you for sure because that's where you need to be. You need to be in that environment around like
Oh yeah.
minds because
Oh yeah.
people, because me being in Connecticut, you're not around anyone. It's people who are
Yeah.
just around regular 9 to 5s and don't. They're not dreamers. They're just
Exactly. Exactly.
posters, and I'm not
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
It is what
Me
it is.
neither, big
I don't
dog.
mean to be, but I'm just keeping it real. So you
Yeah.
got to get
Fact.
around people who believe in you, and they're gonna because you already linked with people like Al Nice, and you got Tay in your
Yeah.
corner. So how did you meet Al Nice?
Uh, I met him through Tay.
Mm,
I met him through Tay, and we just been locked in ever since. So
yeah.
I appreciate what they doing for me. Like everybody, like the people that believe in me, I appreciate them the most because they the ones keep me motivated to go. Man, I got a strong team behind me.
I believe in you because you just your music. It's authentic.
Yeah, I
I don't like a
appreciate
lot
that,
of
man.
yeah, I don't like a lot of the stuff, the shenanigans that go on and
Yeah,
with the trendy artists. I'm not going to
yeah,
name names. You could just go on the Apple Music charts. You'll see them there.
yeah. I
But
got you.
I like people who rap about their life and
Exactly,
bring something to the game that's authentic and real. Because
exactly.
a lot of it's toxic, and I want real stories. I want to hear
That's
what
what I
people
plan.
went
That's what I
through.
plan to continue to do, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not gonna let you
actual
down. Just
great
keep listening.
songwriting because you're a songwriter. You
Oh
know,
yeah, oh yeah. I write for a few artists.
Oh, what? So that's something that you want to do in the industry too. You want to get deeper, kind of into the ghostwriting bag too.
Most definitely, we're working on that right now.
Oh, yeah, because people don't realize when we look at people like Eric Bellinger, those are the real money makers because the publishing goes to
Exactly,
them. Yeah,
exactly. So I want to be in everything that I can do. I want to have my hand in.
yeah. So how are you expanding as far as just because you got to get some merch? What are some other things you looking to get into fashion and
The
different
merch,
aspects of
the
that?
merch is on the way. It's like everything is on the way.
Yeah,
And once I, like I said, the only thing holding me back right now is the bracelet because I can't really just move and do my interviews as how I want to. It's like platforms that I need to be on that I'm not on right now. But that's why we're working on getting this bracelet out. That's the main thing. Once that come off, we definitely applying pressure. They ain't seen nothing yet. I'm just warming up.
yeah. You ever see those
Yeah,
movies where they put like something, they kind of put something in the mechanism of the bracelet and they're sneaking off to like a different part
yeah.
of it? Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna try it, bro.
No, no, don't do
Nah,
that.
nah, I can't try that one.
Yeah, I can only imagine though, because it's just like you're so hungry, you're ready, and it's just like, oh
Yeah,
man, I'm just being trapped in here. I can't take it anymore.
exactly, exactly.
But man, what are some of the next moves here besides? Because I know you got to wait a month, but what are some of the things you're going to be doing from the inside of what you're doing right now that you are going to be
Um,
working on releasing that you want to let us know about?
I would say the county books is not gonna stop. Like county books is you got volume 2, 3, and I'm already like I've recorded enough songs to last me to 2026, 2027. That don't mean that I'm gonna stop recording because that's what I love to do. But since I've been home, I've done that. Like I'm a junkie when it comes down to the music. So I would just say more releases, more video shoots, the TV show. You can look forward to seeing me working with a whole bunch of other artists. Like doing I don't know, just everything, man. I got my
Yeah.
hands in, big bro.
Now that you got the TV show, how far as far as the connection goes and just ideas that you have as far as like film is starting your own kind of independent film company what you want to do? What are some ideas you have on the film side of things?
Uh, I'm just, I definitely want to do movies
Mm,
or like reality when it comes down to me being like a mentor to other teenagers, to my to the younger generation or the generation behind me. Like I just want to be like a mentor, maybe do something like that. But you know, something positive, something in a
yeah.
positive way.
What's the most important advice you think the younger generation of artists that are, and I mean that are younger than you, that are is lacking that you think that the information isn't being passed down? What do you think it's some advice that you could probably provide that these young artists need?
Um, grind hard, grind
Mm,
hard. Make sure you got your numbers up, and actually just like don't stop, don't feed into negativity, you know, and stay sober. Stay sober. The sober mind is a mind that cannot be touched. So I would definitely would say that because people ain't they're not putting it out there like that. But when you've been on both sides of the trap like I have, you'll understand why I say that. So you know,
no, and that's real. And just learning about your journey, it's crazy
yeah,
because a lot of people are going through it. And now, did you? Because I look at it this way, because we go through people go through depression and they turn to the drugs and alcohol and they turn to
yeah,
different things. And a lot of times it's because they're afraid to go talk with somebody. And then there's times when you go and talk to somebody that that person isn't the right fit for you,
yeah.
and you have to think about it, man, this person isn't healthy for me either. So it gets to the point where it's like my best friend is the alcohol, my best friend is the drug. You know what I mean? It's crazy, like when you really look at it and just hear other people speak about that in that way.
Yeah.
Is that kind of something where you look at it? Have you kind of thought about speaking with somebody? Do you kind of are you someone that advocates on that, trying to find someone to talk to?
I've done that.
Mhm.
I've spoke to a lot of people, but I can say the best advice is to talk to self. I became my own best friend.
Mm.
And I don't know if everybody's spiritual, but I am. Like it was me and God. That's all I had when I was locked up in that cell. So I depended on that constantly, and I made me my best friend, and more doors opened up for me. Like my mind expanded a whole lot more.
Mm. Now, did you believe? Were you big into believing in God beforehand, or was that
Oh
something
yeah,
you kind of? Yeah, you were always.
I was always like that. I've always been like that. More so now than like I know better now. The things that I went through, it couldn't have been nobody else. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man. No, that's wild. And you're definitely on this road to redemption. The show's gonna be
yes
big.
sir.
The music's moving. So, what's the number one thing that you've seen as far as feedback from some of the fans? What's that number one that it's at the top of your list that you've seen that's just been like, wow, yeah, this is what I was meant to do, and it's just giving that
Uh,
reassurance that I'm back and I'm ready to take off.
I just had my first show in my city like maybe 3 weeks ago, and when I was singing certain songs and I didn't even have to say the words. Like they was word for word, which I know they love me, but word for word and the things that I've been through, they haven't seen me since I've been home. So that was my first time. And for them to do that, it really made me have a different outlook. I was like, man, this is definitely what I'm meant to do. And I'm gonna do it to the best. I'm gonna be the best at it.
I could tell, man, you're ready.
Yeah, I am, brother.
He's ready to get going.
Yes, sir.
How'd you get your name, Daze Karter? What's the meaning behind the name?
My mom and my aunt, they used to call me Daze growing up. I don't know why. Don't ask me, but that was just my the family nickname. They call me Daze. So and it was actually Daze Carson because Carson is my dad's last name.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had changed it to from Young Days to Daze Carson, and I was doing a show with I think it was Bobby Valentino, his manager at the time. I forget her name, but it was a lady. And she was introducing me, but she said my name wrong. She said Daze Karter instead of Carson. And it sounded so good to me. Ever since that show, I ran with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran with it.
And it's worked.
Yeah, man. I love it. I love it.
It works, man. Do you follow sports?
I don't really, man, I'm a music head.
You're a
And it's
music head.
crazy because it was a girl asking me the other day, have you seen the basketball game? I'm like, okay, I hope she don't get to talking about players because I don't know
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I know the Final Four and the NCAA championship is going on right now. It's
Yeah,
yeah, no, I get it, man. You're focused on the music. So,
that's it.
what are your top five hip hop albums of all time?
Top five hip hop albums. Uh, I would say Ti trap music.
Mm.
Um, let's see, let's see. Tupac, Machiavelli.
Mm-mm.
Uh, Get Rich or Die Trying.
50 Cent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, let's see, let's see. I say Nas,
Mm.
Illmatic.
Illmatic.
Um, and one more. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, I gotta say me. I don't know. Don't judge me, but I gotta say Kevin Gates. I think it was what album is that? I'm not sure if it's Isla,
Okay, yeah. Look,
Isla.
I
Yeah,
think
one
that's
of
what. Let me
Gates'
double
albums
check
though,
for
but
you.
I think that's it.
Yeah. I'm not big on Kevin Gates, his albums, really.
Yeah,
I have his singles and stuff like that, Two Phones and all that. Luca Brasi, is that one?
Luca Brasi. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
I got that album.
Yeah, that album's super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like those choices. I do have to ask you, but because Illmatic, Get Rich or Die Trying, that's obvious. Two of the greatest of all time. But out of
yeah.
Tupac discography, why Machiavelli? Because a lot of people say All Eyes on Me, Me Against the World, but some people bring up
Uh,
Machiavelli. What's it about Machiavelli that you like?
it's just it was a I guess that was a patch of his life that he was going through. For him to drop those type of songs on there, it kind of just it hit different. It just hit different. And
Yeah,
if you going through certain things like that, then you can relate. And it felt like it was just me talking to myself.
yeah. Hail Mary's on there, and you got the
Yeah,
Dear God. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
that's
no,
that's big.
yeah. That
Those are
is
songs
big.
that really changed the world.
Yeah, no, they did.
Yeah,
Iconic for sure. Now, I did want to ask you about this because you're from South Carolina, but North Carolina's nearby there. J.
yeah.
Cole, he's a major influence. What are your thoughts on just everything that's going on right now? Because I'm conflicted because I get what he's saying, and then people are trying to make him be negative to respond. He didn't want to do it. But what are your thoughts on just the whole battles and everything going on, right? And just everything going on
Uh,
with that?
I just I don't really have no comments on anybody's personal battles, but at
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
time, when it comes down to how the back and forth, the beefing, and I just feel like that's what the people want. I'm
yeah,
not on that. So I don't really got nothing to say about it. I'm just, I'm not going for it. You feel me?
yeah,
I'm gonna stand on mine. But I don't know. I don't really condone in it. But yeah, when it's that time, when it's go time, you gotta go.
yeah,
When it's go time, you gotta go. I respect him for being a bigger man and apologizing, but because that come from within. That's how he
yeah.
felt for self. He's not doing that for them other men. He's doing that for
Exactly.
himself. So he can feel better about himself. I respect it. But when it comes down to, having to go, hey, you got to go get him. He's
Yeah.
calling for you. You got to go get him.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And there's a lot of pressure because people want to see, but a lot of times beefs don't end in the best ways. We saw what happened
exactly.
in the 90s, and
Exactly.
we've seen what some of these hip hop beefs turn into, and it doesn't
Yeah,
end. It doesn't always end in the best ways. And,
yeah.
let's try to avoid the beefs to
Yeah,
just,
let's try to avoid it. But,
yeah, I know a
if
lot
they
of
get
people try
going too
to,
far now,
yeah, I
yeah,
know the media loves it too, because I'm
the
not one
media
of those,
loves it.
the toxic media guys that are like, yeah, you better go out there and fight. You better do that. It's just,
Yeah.
Uh, it- and people are really mad that J. Cole had that response, but it's just, I'm not going to have any comment. I'm not going to be someone that's out here stirring the fire because at the end of the day, if you're stirring the fire and something bad happens, the blood's going to be on
Yeah,
your hands.
exactly. So I ain't got too much to say about that.
Yeah, it's crazy, but
Yeah, it is.
it's unbelievable. But
Yeah.
Daze Karter, man, is there anything else you want to let your fans know? Anything else that you want to touch on before we got here
I want
tonight?
to say, man, I appreciate everybody who's following me right now. If you're not following me, tap in because we definitely have a movement, and I'm not gonna stop. So you can look forward to hearing my story. You can look forward to hearing everything about me that's worth knowing.
Yeah.
You can look forward to getting to know me along this journey, getting to know my team, and getting to see us come from the bottom up because we grinding and we won't stop till we see the top.
Yeah, no, you're gonna keep
Yeah.
going. You got the Road to
Thank you, brother.
Redemption series, County Books Volume 2 on the way.
Yes,
Go
sir.
Volume 1 right now on Apple Music and all platforms. They could follow you at official Daze Karter on Instagram. How about X and all these other? You're on all the other platforms too.
It's all just Daze Karter.
Daze
Daze
Karter.
Karter. Yeah.
Yeah, and shout out to you for coming on the show. Thank you to L Nice and
Man,
Tay.
shout out to you for having me, bro.
Yeah, of course, man. I'll make sure to get the clips promoted. I'm gonna keep promoting
Okay.
your music. Instagram's been having me in a little. I'm on house arrest too on Instagram. They're not letting me like
Yeah.
or they're not letting me
Yeah.
like and follow people. So a lot of people are probably like, "Yo, what's this guy doing? Is he ghosting me? He's not following me back." Yeah,
Yeah.
Instagram's been putting me through my own house arrest. So,
I got you.
supposedly I'm relieved tonight at midnight. Supposedly that's the thing that they
Okay.
notified me. I
Okay.
don't know. They said that my account was compromised. So. I'm not
Oh yeah, they
surprised at
tweaking.
this. Yeah, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to be more active on there as far as
Yeah.
following and liking and engaging again. But hopefully they stand on their word about that
I
tonight.
hope they get you right too, brother, so you can get back in action.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
nonsense going on, but we're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be back out there doing our thing. And Daze Carter, man, thank you for coming on the show. And
Thank you for
when you're
having me, brother.
finally moving around, maybe we could do something in person and
Yes, sir.
100% get you back on the show too.
Let's do it.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for everything that you're doing out there. Salute to you and your
Yes,
movement.
sir.
And next time that you're on here, all bigger and better things for sure.
Yes, sir. All right. I look forward to it, man. You have a good one.
You too, man. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, you too, brother.
Salute.